Welcome to Random Guy Late Night Art on the 999 ASMR Tarot. Visual textures is what we're up to. And I was going to come on earlier, but I had an issue and I couldn't come on. But what we're going to do is try to paint this moonrise. I got this image off of Reddit. This is someplace in Eastern Oregon. I'm not really sure where, but anyway, it's a moonrise picture, and we're going to just give it a go. And so I penciled in the land line where the land is. And now what I'm going to start first with is creating a lavender color. A lavender color, which I'm going to use as a base for this. But what I did prior to this is I'm going to probably use some gel medium in this too. Prior to this, I did a underpainting in a 4-color underpainting. I'm going to put this over here. Uses a thinner, and that is a golden gel medium, and helps to thin things out and to retard the drying process of the paint, because these paints do dry incredibly fast. And so we're going to go with primary blue, and we're making the lavender color with fluorescent red, because fluorescent red makes a really beautiful lavender color. I'm going to mix in all of that stuff, including that. We're going to need actually a lot more of it, because we're going to be covering this whole painting. So let's just mix up a bunch. I'm going to start first with this lavender, and then we're going to go up to black. Try to go up darker. I'm going to add in a little bit of black in here, just to get the tonality of this better. All right. Now the sun is not the sun, this is a moonrise picture. The moon is going to be right in this zone. So I'm going to make that area there a lighter lavender color. Let's get this rosary out of the way. We need that room to paint here. So hopefully this I'm going to thin the paint down with water as much as possible. And I'm hoping that the back underpainting will really help bring all the colors together and make things a bit more vivid. We're doing a nighttime scene. Well, hello, welcome, Carlosa, welcome. So we're trying, this is a practice. I've never done a nighttime scene before. I'm going to show you this is the reference photo that I'm using, and it was taken by some Redditor in Eastern Oregon. I think they said Southeastern Oregon. But then again, I thought they said it was in Prineville. And so I haven't been to Prineville. Gosh, I was thinking, I've been to Prineville once in my life. People do watch my lives, actually. It's they were watching my lives more before school started. So so sometimes my lives like this got more people coming into them. But painting is boring, so that might be one reason why people don't watch my lives. But if you like painting, you can push the like button. But if you want to see what kind of performance my lives have gotten, you go into my channel and look at my list of lives, and you can see, because I've had some with. Okay, thank you very much for subscribing. I am going to be I have a new schedule that has a new live schedule that will be starting in October. I was going to start this one at 9 p.m. but that didn't happen. So, but thank you for subscribing and for your support. But people on the average, when they look into people's lives, they tend to they tend to stay anywhere between 40 seconds and like 5 minutes. So I need to add some more darker colors here. We're going to be making some more of that lavender. And I'm making this lavender out of fluorescent red. I hope my lights don't burn out. And fluorescent red and primary blue. And so lavender is that it'll help me to go up shades when I want to add more other colors into it, and for this nighttime scene. But we're just starting from a base point. And I need to add more water into the mixture. The water line is right here. And I'm doing this practice painting on 120-pound watercolor paper. I like this dimension of 6 by 12. I mean, it works good for doing this on the live streams, but it's also a really good size canvas if this becomes a sellable item, if I'm successful in doing this type of painting. And so we're going to come in and do another coat of this lavender. So it's just about doing layers. When you are working with, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be adding some of this phthalo blue in this time. And I think I'm going to go move in and do just a little bit of this primary red. How many years have I been doing live stream art, or how many years have I been painting? Which, those are different. Those are different answers. Now, I've been doing painting since 2015 or 2016, something like that. I put in a lot more water. And we're going to change the direction of the brush strokes to give for lives. I've only been doing live stream art since June. and lives in general. I started doing lives on this channel, I think in January is when I started. So yeah, not too long. I've been doing this channel for 2 years. I'm gonna take that blue here. So we're just really trying to layer the colors on in order to gain a more of a optical gray, an optical gray tone. That's the tone that I'm seeking here, because this is the tone that exists in this reference photo, that this is a very sort of a bluish indigo gray sky. And now this is, of course, this is printed on just regular paper. And so I could have printed on photo paper, but I did not. And I'm going to paint it more this color here. And just bring it up. Slowly, we're just kind of bringing up shades slowly up to where it needs to be. And making, I don't expect this to be a realistic looking painting, but what I am expecting it to be is I'm expecting it to look something like a night scene. And so about here in the reference photo is about where the stars are. So it's going to have like a zone in here that goes down like this, and so this is going to be a lighter color, and then this will be your black to where you can actually see stars. And then I'll put in, and I'll achieve those tonal values, hopefully, by adding layers of blue. And I'm going to make another and I think already you can see with the underpainting that I did, that the colors are, well, I think that to me I can see that the colors are more brilliant. And this is using acrylic paints, and our acrylic paints do dry really fast. And so I'm trying to work as fast as I can. But at the same time, I do not want it to dry off. I don't want to lift the color off here. And so at this point in time, I am going to, actually, I'm going to dry this surface out with a hair dryer. So I'm going to just put things on mute so I don't blast your ears out here. Okay, that's a little bit drier now, so I can get moving on to the next layer. And so I'm going to make a color using red. This red's kind of getting kind of gloopy. I'm going to use red, and I'm going to use black and red. And this is the next layer of colors. Welcome, Jessica. Well, what I'm doing today is I'll bring out the reference photo. I'm trying to do a nighttime scene. This was a a photo of a moonrise, I think over a lake in Prineville, Oregon. I think that's where it was, but I'm not sure. This is what we're doing today. And I'm making a color out of red and black. So this is sort of and I'm going to layer that color in right over the top of this color. And I'm hoping that I can be able to achieve a more of a nighttime feel. And then the colors will be layering over all the other colors that were here. Now, you've been here before, haven't you, Jessica, right? You need to thin the color down by adding more water. You can thin the colors down by adding gel medium. I probably should have started at the top and worked down, but that's okay. We will be working with this, and I can add more water directly right onto it, and it'll thin this down a bit. I'm going to just move this up like this, giving some more energy to it. And I think that's where, if we look at the night line, that kind of looks that way. Then I'm going to come in with this rest of this color, and I'm going to add more black to it and just make it a darker shade of the same, like maroon, I believe. And I think I'll add a touch more of this phthalo blue to it, just to, yeah, I like that. And add some more water. And so, as we can see here, it's gonna be coming up, and some of those colors in the bottom will be shining through. They'll be coming through. We'll just use up that color. Now I'm going to need to blend this color all the way down so it can all come together. Well, hello. You've been expired for 33 years. Welcome. Welcome back. Jessica, for me, it is 11:37 p.m. I am on the west coast of America. I'm going to put some of this color in down here. I'm going to put this thin down version of all of this down in here. And where are you at, Jessica H? There's 5 people looking in, and I only see 2 pushes of the like button. One of the things with painting techniques is that to not try not to think too much about what you're doing. So it's 7:37. 7:37. So are you in Asia? I know I've asked you this question before. Oh wait, that's right. I remember you are North. Yeah, that's right. I was just gonna say that you were in UK. UK. You're UK. I remember now. I you know, the next couple times I see you been expired for 33 years, I will remember exactly where you're from. I should probably just write it down. How about if I write it down? I'm going to write it down on my show notes. And we're looking at been expired 33 years from UK. Okay, I do that just to remember people, and it is a real good technique in order to I'm going to actually add some more red down into this color, make a real thin, sort of a more reddish color. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow in it to bring it in to have a bit of orangey color to it. So a lavenderish orange color, and that's going to go in. Yes, I go live at 1 o'clock. My new schedule is going to be so my new schedule I'm going to do every Tuesday starting at 9 p.m. my time. I'm going to do some live that is tarot related. And then Friday at 9 p.m. it's going to be some random thing. I'm going to do some random thing. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll figure it out a few minutes before. Saturday nights, we're going to come out at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to be painting every Saturday. And then on Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I will do some kind of a crafting thing. And it could also be, the crafting could very easily be the carryover to what I paint on Saturday. So I mainly am wanting to start earlier. So if I do some different projects, I might be able to stay on longer. Okay, you will be back. So I wanted to do some, to start in earlier. So if I can, like, for instance, what I had planned for today was to do a different painting, but the underpainting wasn't dry enough to begin, and those were and so they were still too sticky, and so I wouldn't be able to do too many layers with that scenario. So I can see that I really kind of like this with the yellow, adding the yellow to it, and it brings just some of the yellow light from that moon that's going to be going into place here. Just bring it in. Yeah. Yeah, so this is just blocking. I'm blocking the color in. The land, fortunately, is a far away in the distance, and so I don't have to worry about shading it in any way. Those shadings do not exist in the reference photo. So we can see here it's pretty dark here. What I think I'm going to do next is I'm going to do along this line, I'm going to come in and use some transparent black and then bring that color down. But I need to do something in here, and I need to lighten it up a bit. And so it makes me wish I would have bought that transparent yellow the other day. The yellow ochre that was transparent. And I think I might do that and go with a thin shade of yellow ochre, which I'll put down on here. I don't think I need to. Actually, I do need to clean this off, so I'm going to wipe down this paint and get another Yeah. So we're going to wipe this off so I can start back fresh with a more cleaner palette. All right. And I think I may, yeah, all right. There we go. So we're going to do yellow ochre. So what I'm trying to do here is kind of do a color match of this. And that's kind of a reddish, yellowish color. And though in here it's just on the horizon and so forth. And then we're just going to bring that all the way across. All the way across. So you've been watching this on your laptop. Yeah, you see, if everybody was on well, actually, I'm actually doing this on I'm doing my show on a Motorola stylus. A Motorola stylus telephone is what I'm doing. I'm going to add some, I might actually add some of this fluorescent yellow to it and lighten it up. I think yeah, that's actually kind of lightens this up a bit. Yeah, my laptop actually broke like almost a year ago, wore out completely. And in my camera that I could have done this as a live stream with, actually that one broke as well. It wore out. Well, it was old, but yeah, I think that's a good color there. I might add just a tad bit of this fluorescent orange to it, just to, yeah, I'm gonna do that. That'll give it's pretty close to that color. So what do you think? We're doing a color match of this, but I'm gonna have to do probably several layers. This color is pretty well close to that color. And put it on. We'll probably have to apply it more than one time. Yeah, that's good. I let it dry enough time that I can actually do this. I blend it in. I'm not going to be exact. I like that, actually. I want to get it a little bit more blended. I think I'll put some of that color right on top where that land line is, the land line of the mountains in the distance. A little bit of this, bring it up in color. And blend that in pretty good. I'm gonna come and do a blender brush. I haven't brought out my blender brush at all today, and I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna blend those colors in. This is a dry brush, and so when you are shoot, I rub the colors right off the page. You have to be careful about that. I lifted the colors completely off, but so I'm gonna lift those colors in this way and move them around, and then we're going to come back in and reapply them. I like how that energy, do you see how that energy is? It was nothing like this, Jessica. My first live was probably only like 20 people watched it. I do have all of those lives. I did make some of them private. I privated probably like 20 of my lives so far. Yeah, that has a really nice energy to it. So you can see when I did that use that blender brush, it blended all these colors together, and it still looks like nighttime colors. And so I'm going to go back in and reapply that these colors here, and I'm going to reapply those colors until I get a color match that I like. Let me come back in here and so you kind of see it. Yeah, it's close to the photo. I lifted the color off over here, which is unfortunate. And the danger of when you're painting, and then when you're painting fast like this, the danger is that you can end up lifting the colors right off. And I'm going to blend with this brush over here, smaller, just a spot, blending it in. I'm going to put all this color down, and then we're going to bring it up another shade. My goal for this channel is to be able to paint as fast as I can, so that is to paint fast. That's really what my goal is. And so that you won't even realize that you know, you don't have to do a time lapse and in a time lapse kind of a thing. So it's coming up a bit. That zone here, wipe the colors off. I'm going to go in and make a little bit more orangey tone, but I'm going to go in and get my red, which is got all these other tones in it. We need to thin it down a lot. I'm going, let's use some gel medium this time. My first one was Tarot Art. I believe my first live may have been working out of this book. And I believe it was this one. It was coloring this. This was my first live, I think, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. This was in the first month that I did lives. I did this one, and I did this one. So, and I worked out of that one. I also, I did some other things too. So, yeah. Okay, where was I? I'm mixing a color. I added some gel medium to this. And we're going to add in more of this fluorescent yellow. The fluorescent yellow is good because it reflects light. And I use the fluorescent yellow just for that purposes. Now, this is kind of in there. I think it will be okay. We're going to put more of that fluorescent yellow and maybe just a little bit more of this primary yellow. Oh, you have to go swimming. All right. Swim an extra lap for me. Been expired for 33 years. Thin it down, and we are coming in to this zone here. I'm going to pull that color off. Actually, I like how that works on here. So I'm not going to really worry too much about what the reference photo says, but I'm going to add that color in. I'm assuming that's what... Are you doing like swimming practice or are you doing diving practice? I'm going to blend that up here. So let's put the rest of it down on here. Where the moon is approximately right there. And so we want to put the maximum amount of this color here. And then we're going to be bringing it up to white and to a more brilliant yellow. But we need to blend these colors. I'm going to blend it up this way. So it seems as though that so it seems natural, like there's a natural so it just kind of blends in with the sky, and so it's like a natural gradation of color, and that's really kind of the effect we want it to be. It's not going to be super realism, but I don't do super realism anyway, but maybe I will learn how to do that in the future, but I'm not there right now because I've only been painting almost 10 years. So I think that looks pretty good here. Blended in there pretty good there. All right. I'm going to go, at this stage, I'm going to run the hair dryer again and give this a dry off. Because the paper is feeling really soggy, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go hit the pause button, not to blast you guys out. Should do it there. It's a little bit more drier. I feel like it's time to switch brushes and move towards some more detailed work. Where are my other brushes at? I think I forgot to wash them, and they are sitting on the back porch. All right. Let's just use this here, and I'm going to add some black in there. And a little bit of the red. We're going to go in and create the mountains that are in the distance. Now, it might need just the tiniest bit of titanium white just to gray it down. About like that. I don't want to make it too... Can get some more of this stuff lift in there. Okay. All right. Let's just come in and I don't really like what happened here. What happened here in this zone is that the color lifted right off the page. And that's the danger of not giving your layers of time, your paint, enough time to dry is because the colors will lift right off the page. So what I'm using right now is a watercolor brush, and it's a liner brush, but it is a watercolor brush. Use that in order to get yourself some detail work. Nice lines. With those colors in the background. People have asked me to play music, and so I'm gonna play some original music on this tape recorder here. Unfortunately, I only have one song of. I recorded this when I used to live up in Seattle in like 2006 on a Tascam 4-track recorder. The other 2 tracks aren't being picked up, which is good because my singing that day was bad. All right. Oh, probably the whole thing is bad. I admit the whole thing is bad. Okay. So this reddish orange color. I'm going to put this in here. When I listen to my own music that I recorded, I do feel a little bit cringy right now. I was working on trying to do a AI music generation of this particular song from the lyrics. I got something the other day that was close, but then I didn't operate the whole thing correctly. I think this is good. It needs some blending. It does need blending, alright. Just a little bit of blending. Again, actually going faster than I was thinking it was. I might have this thing done in less than 90 minutes. Let's see. The moon. It almost looks like a broken Death Star. We'll put something else on. That chased everybody away. I'll have to remember not to do that ever again. Come on, I'm chasing my tape recorder. You know, it's amazing that this thing still works. I bought it in, like, it goes this way. I bought it in, like, 1990 something. This will be less horrible to listen to. Birds. I recorded some birds a few months ago. So we're going to bring that up. It does remind me of the Death Star. You know, like over Endor, when it was under construction. It's had some of that fluorescent yellow to it, just to, you can get this illusion that there might be some white in it, but I don't need to bring any titanium white into this at all. Yellow moon. Hey, Aziru, welcome, welcome. We are doing a moonrise over some geographical feature in eastern Oregon. Actually, I've only been streaming since like 11:15. I was gonna come on at 9, but that didn't work out. Put some titanium white layered in here, so it looks really bright, like maybe it's the sun. Yeah, I was not. I wasn't. I had an episode earlier today, and I'm gonna make a gray color, I think, and so here's the reference photo. And this is a timed nighttime photo. I found it on Reddit, on the Oregon subreddit, and so I have to think about what do I do there to get the clouds. I start working on those clouds. Oh, Oh, what did you think of them? Were my old videos any good? My favorite one was the Hand of God one. That was my favorite one that I did of from that those from 2 years ago. I want to make a I want to make a gray without using any black. So did you watch the Bigfoot episode? A Zero? That was my Halloween episode. That one was fun to do. Oh yeah. Well, I have an education in my education is in religious studies. And in mathematics. I was my I studied in college. I studied um, mathematics and religious studies. Okay, let's add a little bit more of the titanium white. And but I always kind of I had these really esoteric leanings throughout my entire life. And so anyway, I tried for a good decade to be a good Christian Catholic, but I wasn't really all that successful at it. So I think that looks like it'd be a good tonal value for clouds. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Hmm. Put that. Don't that look cool? Wow. Wow. Kind of wispy clouds. That is cool, man. I'm not going to try to replicate those clouds at all. And come in over this way. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, so you see, it's got I'm going to put this in here. Clouds over the, it's a moon. This is the moon. And the guy who made the post said it was a yellow moon. I'm going to just wisp that stuff up here. And before we go any further, I need to add some stars in here. So, no, I'm just going to put the clouds in. And I can always reapply. Let me put the clouds in down here. Yeah. Well, I like this orientation because it works good for a vertical live stream, and what I kind of modified it a little bit. You have these clouds up here, these wispy clouds. Okay, I'm gonna do some blending just to make sure that then I can come back in and blend this in. Where did this come from? Well, it's in there now. And so, if we do, I got all of those birds in that recording. Hmm. I want it thinner. I want that color thinner. I think I want it thinner though. Really want it more transparent. So to get it more transparent, I gotta go add more water to it. So you have this color down in here, super transparent. So we're gonna fill that sky out just a little bit more transparent. I'm going to go back in with the blender brush and give it well, yeah, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. Ain't nothing I can do about it. It's like, this is a practice painting, and nothing I can do about it now. You just got to laugh, and just carry on. Just yeah, it's yeah. All right, let's go. Just gonna add to it there another thin layer of orange, a little bit of this fluorescent. That's enough of that stuff. I like it. The wildlife. Let's just bring it in here. Like these are just wispy orange clouds. Kind of. And let me just fill that in over there. Hmm. And we will go in with the yellow. Bring some more of that yellow in here. Oh, I see. You watch scary camping encounters, then I checked. Okay, all right, yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I really appreciate that. Yeah, okay. Let's go back in and make that gray tone again. Do I have any of that left? Yeah, I do. Actually, I think we can just do this, the blue on there. Well, you know what? Now we're into the realm of this being. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, my uncle, my mom's oldest brother, um, now I think I've just ruined this. It's okay, but it's a practice painting, and so what I think with the effect here is it gonna make it look like it's a long ways away, and I think that's what this color is doing, is making it like a long ways away. All right. Anyways. Mm-hmm. There it is. It's kind of an optical gray. That's what we want. Want it to look gray. Well, welcome back. And Mia, welcome. Welcome, Mia. I haven't seen your name in here for a while. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you, Mia. I don't think I'm going to do any more on this. Um, Gonna come in and make just go back over the skyline here. Oh, probably didn't want that there, but that's fine. It's there now. There we go. Well, thank you. I have a reference photo, actually, and the colorized version of it is on the thumbnail for this, on this video's thumbnail. This is a nighttime scene, and yeah, it's got green in the sky, which I don't really want it there, but it's what it is. It's there now. Let's clean the brush off. Do I got enough paint cleaned off of it? And I might be able to come in and go over this green and just put some brilliant white in there. Maybe over this spot that had some orange that that. Okay. Some wispy clouds. Okay, let's go blend. Get the blender brush out. Yeah, it could be. It could be, except that you can barely ever see the Northern Lights in Oregon. Though when we had that one, I think I saw them one time or a couple times when we had that big massive storm, solar storm. This is getting. I don't think I can do any more on this layer wise. I'm going to just work on that yellow moon a little bit, and then we're going to start working on the bottom part. So, believe it or not, this is the very first nighttime painting that I've ever tried to make. So, let's kind of shore this thing up. Oh no, this is a night. This is a night. This is the moon here. And there's a yellow ring around the moon. Yeah. Well, I thought it was a sunset too. And then I commented on this post today on the Oregon subreddit, and the guy said, no, this is not a sunrise or a sunset. It was a moon. It was a moonrise or a moonset. And then they did it a time photo. It was a timed photo, and so yeah. Now let's go take a look at it again, and we're looking at, this is the water. So it's sort of a gray tone. And it looks like this area here is like shallow water, where you can see the bottom of the lake here. And I think they said it was in Prineville, Oregon. So Prineville has a big giant lake out there too. I'm gonna stand up for a second. My legs are stiff. Yeah, actually, looking at it from on camera, it Looks really cool. I think we'll definitely gonna have to do this again on different material. We'll use, like, I think canvas board the next time. Okay. What are we doing now? What's next? What is next? I want go into the blue. We're gonna make. I think I want a red and blue. More of a more lavendery color, red blue. I'm gonna bring this up a notch or two. And I think, yeah, I use those for practice as well. But I like to do my practices first on watercolor paper because I have a lot of watercolor paper on hand. A lot of big sheets. I have really larger sheets too, like and so I have a paper cutter, so I can cut things down. So this is sort of a gray. It's a gray color, but I do believe it needs to have some yellow in it. So I think I'm going to choose the oxide yellow. A little bit more of that. Yeah, I think that has those tones in it. So let's see how it looks on here. Need to do that whole vertical and get that watery like look. And then I see the water line was, I got to get that thing out of the way. Yeah, I have canvas boards. My childhood friend sent me a box of canvases that he found like half price someplace. So we'll do this layer. Yeah, I think that looks good because it puts a lot of that light on here. And we'll just do first with this kind of a color. Yeah. Or that blue. More that red. My colors are all pretty messy, but when I do the other paintings, I have my professional paints, the golden, which is that brand that you can use for. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, I like the texture of the water here. It looks really nice, though. The problem, Zero, with using canvas boards for practice all the time is that you run out of space to put things. And so I have a canvas pad, which is just sheets of canvas, and that also works too. And I think I need two different colors going on here. And I'm really kind of loath to even paint make a painting in on a a full size canvas unless I know I have a buyer for it first. You know, so it's like you gotta have a place to store. You either have no place to store that stuff, or you gotta have a buyer. So that's just kind of the the, the rules I kind of set for myself is that I don't commit any paint onto like a studio stretch canvas or something like that until that I have that scenario going on. It's not like I can be like my cousin who is a fashion designer and um, has turned her entire house into a craft house. You go over to visit her, and then she's got like a loom, a loom, and then you got in the living room. There's like looms, and there's all kinds of stuff that are there, and oh, oh, okay. I will try. I'll endeavor to put it back in there. Then I thought I had it in there. It might be like for business inquiries and stuff like that. Hmm. Wow. I really like the texture of this water here. Coloring there. Let's have some of it with some more blue. Darker and lighter colors. I know there's no green in there, but it's fine. It just adds to the. It's a lake, so the lake could have green in it. Let's add some more red to that. No, the link tree didn't have my email in it. I should do that. I really should. I there's a spot that was like for business inquiries, and I think that's where the email spot is at. Let me get my tablet and I'll take a look. Oh crap! Oh, hit myself, but I'm fine. Let's see if I can find that. If my tablet even works anymore, it's so old. It's such a it's a um, it's an old um come on, let's go. Let's go to my channel. Let me see if I can see what you're seeing here. And see, I'm not subscribed to my own channel here, even though I have other I have other links here. This is like my original account. You're right. On here it's not showing up. You're right. I'm gonna have to put that in there. They like, for like security purposes, don't show your email. Okay. But I do know how to get to that. Doesn't want to move. Let's go. Okay, this is what we'll do. Yeah, all right, well. I'm going to move on a little bit more, zero, and then I'm going to go look up. I'm going to go look up my email on there. I'm going to just texture this thing out. And we'll put in the reflections. And then the stars. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to try to replicate the bottom of the lake here. I think it's lighter as we're coming. It's more light as we're coming forward. No, just leave a comment on maybe at the community post, so I can see your channel that's there, and then I will put my my email right in under it. Wow. This is so cool. Well, I used to have an Instagram page, but I really I got rid of that. I actually don't want Instagram anymore. I know we're supposed to, do all these social media sites and have all that stuff, but I just hardly, I mean, I have Facebook. If I didn't have, link ups to get class reunions and families and old friends and everything, I would delete my Facebook account too and just keep yeah there is. And so it's just like, with the way things are changing, I just don't really, anyway, in doing this channel, Azuru, I don't have a lot of time. I spend a lot of time on social media and of with YouTube, and so I just don't really feel like I should spend even more time doing things like Facebook. And a lot of my friends are like thinking, well, where's where's Bill at, and where did Bill disappear to, which is my first name. um, I'm gonna put this colors in here just like that. Makes it green, but it's fine. Let's go scrub off some of that black and roll it in here. Anyway, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. So we can get rid of that. Green zones, different zones. It does look like water. It does look pretty cool too. And then come with some black mixed in here and do that water line again. There we go. Use a little bit of the black in here. I have some transparent black as well. This kind of helps to bring out some definition. Just light strokes. And go look at that. It makes motion in there. Put these different colors in there. Some light touch. All right. Now, let's go put that in there and see if it works at all. And that I'm going to use. Hopefully it works. I can probably get by without it. As Bob Ross would call it, it's sparklers. You're adding sparklers onto the surface. It's actually it's a yellow with some red in it is what the, but I'm just going to run straight primary yellow right onto it. Blue Star Amine. Hello, welcome, Blue Star. Welcome. Welcome to a practice painting and me doing a night scene for the very first time. This is the first time for me. Maybe I tried a night scene a long time ago. I'm not sure. That's probably possible. I probably did, and a long time ago, but I think I remember watching a tutorial and trying to put stars in, and I wasn't all that successful. But at that time, I'd only been painting like a couple years, and so that stands to reason. Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna be finishing up here in just probably within the next 10 minutes. Is your and so because I need to go to sleep myself, and I got let's make that more brighter as it comes up. Another layer. It kind of looks kind of greeny, but hmm. And go into use that yellow oxide in order to bring in some of those other tones that are there. Most of the paints I have in this setup are all Amsterdam brand. Yes, exactly a zero. I that was what I tried to do several years ago, and it was a complete failure. But if you guys want to hang out here for just a second, I'm gonna go grab a painting that I did several years ago that it is as close to a nighttime scene as I'd ever done before. It's in my own private collection of art, um, into the not for sale category, because I have quite a few pieces like that that are in the not for sale category. Kind of makes it look like there's a. I think we need to blend here. I'm gonna let this blend. I'm gonna let this dry for a second, and then we're gonna blend it. Okay, TV dog. So here are some of my not for sale items. These are all, I guess this is from maybe 2022. I think that's what that is, 2022. Here's from 2021. So you can see how far I've come artistically wise when we take a look back into time, and you see what I've done. But this is 2021. This is where I was at in 2021. This here is in 2018. And this is really like a year or 2 years after I started painting. 2018. I think I really started painting in 2016. So this is 2018. And I'm not sure when this is. This is called Moon Tree. Moon Tree. This is that. And I think it's probably also in that 2018 category as well. So, yeah. They're very early stuff. And early stuff. And then this one, this is my thistle creature. And the story behind that, the thistle creature, is that I was working as a bartender in a casino, and I got suspended for alcohol overservice for serving a drunk person. I got suspended for about a week. And so on one of my walks, I took a long walk, and I took a picture of. They're out of my imaginations, all of it. And so I took a picture of a thistle, and I started making these thistle creatures, like the one in the orange thing. But it all started from that being suspended at work for a week because of because I was as an alcohol server, I served a drunk person one too many times, and I didn't know how many final written warnings a person could get before they get fired, so I didn't stay in that job. I probably should have stayed, but I didn't. But I was getting migraines every day for like, what, 2015 to when I left in 2019. So let's just blend this in here. It probably needs another layer of paint over here. But I think because it's getting kind of late, 140, I'm at the 140 mark on here. And I'm going to do, I think one of the things I've seen is people use, make stars out of, so yeah, I have a really big imagination, and so yeah. I'm going to see something if I can do this. If it'll let me do it. Oh, I don't have my password. I can't do it. Shoot. Okay, it's all right. It's okay. Um, this is one of my email addresses. So there it is. You can go back in but you can okay. We are going to do stars now. I think we're going to use. I'm going to try it with this toothbrush. I'm going to put that over here. Add a ton of water. You know, we're going to practice on something else first. There's no sense let's see if this works. Hey, you know, I think it'll work. Look at that. All right. It's not perfect, but we got stars in the sky. And look, you're streaking by at hyperspace. Can you see that? You got the streak, but you know, they did say it was a time-lapse photo. Maybe we'll come in and do another. Where did that brush go to? What am I? Did I lose my brush already? That wasn't painting with that one, was I? All right. Let's just see what this little tiny tarot says. Hopefully it's something positive. Good news. We want good news, right? Good news. I didn't win the lottery. That's a piece of bad news that I got. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Sitting on that throne with this abundance. This thing of abundance. Whatever that thing of abundance is, a talent. Or, something that you're good at, something that of value. It was here. There it is. It's still there. Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing. It's all about nurturing. We're nurturing a skill. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, well, there it is. That's all I got for tonight. It's a good practice painting. Thank you, Aziru, for tuning in. I will, if you leave a comment on my community post, I will put my email address in there for you. And I will also go in and try to insert it into my channel page as well. And thank you, Mia, for following, for tuning in for a minute. Thank you, Blue Star Anime World. Thank you, Carla Rosso. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Expired for 33 years. Okay, Carla Rosso, that was the first one. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and for pushing the like button. And for those who are new, who push the subscribe buttons, thank you for doing that too. And if you're tuning in on the playback, these are the right buttons you need to push. And come back again for more content. And I have my schedule. I'm going to show my schedule again for starting in October, but I'm going to start this. Oh yeah, you just joined, and I think you're Crazy Ender. So this is my October schedule. So crafting Sundays at 1 p.m. Pacific time. Tarot Tuesdays is 9 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be something tarot related. It may even be, I may pull out my keywords deck and we'll do readings, because I don't have all the cards memorized. So if I'll do free readings. Tarot Tuesdays, random Fridays, 9 p.m. Pacific time, and painting Saturdays, 9 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be starting at 9. And then when the rainy season starts, I may do my Saturday one a lot earlier in the day, because there are a lot of people who want to watch my channel, but they're in like school and they have to go to bed early. And so I'm going to oblige those folks by having some earlier painting sessions on like maybe Saturday. So anyways, this is what we got. Painting Saturday. Thank you, Crazy Ender. And tune back in for crafting Sundays, and I have those paper mache masks that I did last night, and I think I'm gonna build them up some more. Do some build up on them. And that's what I'm gonna do, because I have more paper mache goo, and we can work on that. So anyway, come back at 1 p.m. Pacific time today, 1 p.m. today, and if you can make it, I'll see. That's in 12 hours from now. So come back in 12 hours from now for crafting Sundays. And for Zuru, then have your yeah, I know. I came in late too. I was going to start this night off at 9, but I had an episode, a panic episode, and I had to take it easy first before I could do things. Anyways, that's all I got. I'm gonna sign off, and thank you guys very much for joining in, and thank you for everyone for supporting this channel. And we'll see you the next time. Bye bye.